Hey, we're back at the range today trying to do a little bit more work on our 250 grain 45 ACP loading, trying to get up to 45 super pressures safely. And we're using our Rock Island Armory ultra high TAC, high capacity, double stack magazine running a 250 grain projectile. And so we're doing a couple of loads using unique, sort of seeing what pressures and velocities end up occurring with that load. And then also we have a power pistol load that we'll be running at the very end. Just trying to basically go through, document velocities and pressures on that for quick load purposes. But I think we're probably getting pretty close to what will be a good solid 45 super load in the power pistol loading. So anyhow, we'll just sort of see what we end up with. We're just going to catch some velocities and try to check out some brass and see where we end up at. Well, just got through running our first test string of unique, and unfortunately I didn't record it. But you can see the velocity, 1094 was the last velocity recorded. And that's a little bit low for what I actually saw. I saw up from about 1195 up to about 1105. So 1095 up to about 1105 was sort of the velocity. It basically shot well, and the velocities were consistent within about a 10 foot per second spread over that 5-shot test. The primers held up relatively well, but I can tell I don't have enough recoil spring in the pistol. So I've tested a load of power pistol, and the velocities on it were really good. But again, they were a little bit more than what the stock recoil spring would be able to handle. So I've backed off a little bit, and we're getting ready to shoot that string now and see what we get. And hopefully we're going to see somewhere in between 1125 and 1150 is sort of what I'm hoping to see velocity wise. The previous string was putting us in at about 1180. So we're backing off from that. I'd like to see a 30 foot a second reduction if possible, but we'll see what happens. So here, first shot, power pistol. Brass looks great. Velocity says 472, so needless to say, that's not a good read. Let's see what we can get on the next one. I'm going to try backing up a little bit. Maybe I was a little too close to the chrono. $11.72 was the velocity on that. $11.73. $11.76. $11.69. All of that functioned very, very well through the pistol. No issues feeding. The slide felt good as far as its recoil impulse. Still might back it down just a little bit because the velocities are still a little bit higher, but the pistol felt good even at 1170 feet a second. I still might come off of it another tenth, maybe even 2/10, and check it again and see where we're at. But honestly, I could probably leave it just like that because the pistol didn't complain any whatsoever at all. Primers do show a little bit of pressure, but Lord knows you're slinging a 250 grain projectile at 1170 feet a second. It's a high pressure load. We'll run it through quick load. Should probably be somewhere around a 30,000, 31,000 psi pressure is sort of what I'm guessing it would be. So slightly above what the 2800, or excuse me, the 28,000 psi load spec would be. But anyhow, the pistol ran it well. We'll need to put it on paper and see how it shoots though.